Okay, everyone. Well, welcome, welcome. It is Monday night, the last Monday in the month of June 2025. My name is Carol Roberts, and Brian and I are here in Edmonton, Alberta tonight. So honored and privileged to be a part of everything that's going on. What an amazing journey. We have a great lineup of guests, of course, working alongside Ricia Adair, myself and Brian, and so many people on the call. What a pleasure. 25 years experience, not only in networking, but also in marketing, which really is a great combination. And of course, anyone who has previously seen any of the presentations or trainings, definitely a professional. Of course, as president, top three power rankers in the first year she got started. I think within months she was top three. And, that's really says a lot of how desire and also passion really allows us to love what we do and do what we love. From Canada originally, but living the dream in Mexico. Let me just welcome Ricia Adair to take over the call.
Thank you, Carol. Awesome introduction. Welcome, everybody. We've got a great lineup of speakers, so I won't take too much time. But first, I wanted to show off my new hat, my new cowboy hat. I'm in Puerto Vallarta right now. Went downtown to get my hat. This is just in time for upcoming convention in Dallas, which I hope all of you have your ticket. And for the guests in the house with us tonight, you're going to find out how much fun we are and what a great company we are. So you're just going to want to go just to be fun with us, right? Okay, we're going to start the screen and get this party going. Okay, Carol, give me a thumbs up that you can see my slides.
I can see it, but you may want to. Oh, there we go. You're enlarged now, ready to rock and roll.
There we go. Okay. So I want to share with you, I've been on the road for a month now. I've been in Canada, Alberta, Vancouver Island, Manitoba, and now I'm in beautiful Puerto Vallarta. And this is a dream come true for me. You're going to hear how my life has changed with these amazing products and this amazing company. But just a few short months ago, I was in a hardship financially, and now my life has completely changed. If I may give you a little bit of myself, Mike and I bought our dream home, a beautiful mini boutique resort in Manzanillo, Mexico. This is 700 condos. If you want to know what it costs, such a silly name, you're going to have to come rent one of our villas and we'll have you up for dinner and tell you the whole story. But we have the Villa Jenny on the bottom, on the pool deck, and then just this Villa Rosa Maria overlooking the ocean. We're built on the hill, we're walking the beach, and we should be living the dream, right? Well, when we moved in, the house had been unoccupied for about 5 months. So having a house in the tropics without the pool pump going, without the air conditioning, without all those things, you can well imagine all the crazy maintenance that had to be involved to get this house up and running in time for our season. And then I want to throw in that our lawyer stole $23,000 of our closing costs. So the little nest egg that we had completely vanished. So I ended up getting very sick from anxiety. I had shingles that wouldn't go away. It was the complete belly and back. I had a UTI that lasted for about 4 months. I had two dog bites that got infected. It was just one gong show. So I went to Dr. Tom and I said, Tom, what is this? What's this all about? What am I suffering from? And he says, Risha, without a doubt, you have a serious case of FFB. Dr. Tom, could that be? FFB? He says, you are fat from being broke, girl. And that just confirmed my exact reasoning that I needed to have a change. And then came that day in April of last year that Chris and Joni Budd, longtime friends who live in Costa Rica, they called me up and told me about the drops. I think Joni saw one of my fat pictures on Facebook or something. I don't know. Or maybe they just got a message from God to say, call that girl because she's been needing some help. So my first reaction was, I can't afford it. My second reaction was, I need to have this product, if anything, to get well again and to lose weight. And my third thought was, how can I make it work? So I found enough money to buy two boxes. That's all I could do is buy two boxes. Joni said to me, there's so many people needing this product. We have a system of growth, which means all you do is post on Facebook every day, twice a day, with different testimonials and watch the magic that happens. So I posted my first day And out of my 3 posts that day, I ended up with 20 customers, 6 becoming brand partners. So let me fast forward. Now that I have a vehicle to realize some dreams, I thought, okay, I'm going to get down to the goals board. My 1 year goals all started to get realized 7 months in. November was a magic month for me. My brand new fridge got delivered. There's Sarah, my maid, in the middle. So now we can afford easily a maid, a gardener, and a pool boy. I am in serious love with that appliance. I love it. Brought in the paint crews and we're able to splash beautiful color. Mike says, I kind of like the white. I says, not in this marriage, honey. We're going to get some color up on these walls. And then we rebuilt the pergola on the pool deck, which was at the point of danger. It was starting to collapse. That was a very expensive adventure. And then we got Mike his motorcycle. Mike got his beautiful Vento 300cc motorcycle last November, and he absolutely loves it. And December 24th, we had a small earthquake, and 6 more came along that completely failed our pool. We were having a whole lot of guests moving in January. If it hadn't been for Partner Co. and the income I'm making, we would have lost our business from the resort. Instead, we were able to find a pool crew that expedited the repair, and we were able to celebrate a new pool opening in January 14th. And we got new lights in the pool too, which was something we always wanted to do. So I'm not saying this to impress you, but to impress upon you that just a few short months ago, I was totally unhealthy. I was way overweight and I was so broke. And now I'm just coming from a month adventure all over Canada, now in Mexico again. And all these things were able to be done to save our business at the resort. Recently, I found out that I qualified for the trip to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, so along with 178 other people. We have Bob and Tracy on the call with me. We're going to talk to them about their experience in Punta Cana along with us. It was absolutely an amazing adventure at a diamond resort. There was 178 of us, very happy people. And the crazy thing is, many of us were in our first year with this company, and we were wined and dined at this gorgeous diamond resort. So wow, pinch me, has my life ever changed? And I'm just Ricia Adair in a little office in Mexico, and thank goodness I had paid my Wi-Fi bill that month, right? And the same can happen for you. But first, I want to share with you my health testimonial, what actually happened to my body. The top right, you can see my silhouette, all the lumps and the bumps, and in 13 short days, you can also see the difference of what happens with my body. Significant reduction in inflammation. I lost a few pounds, but more importantly, the woman on the left that picture was taken at my going away party on Vancouver Island before we left for Mexico. The lady on the right is me after 3 months on the drops, 90 days on the drops. I went through a whole physiological change in my body. And that's what happens. We have some amazing testimonials time after time. I owe it to Darren and John. Darren's over at John Wadsworth. Darren is a self-made I think I'm correct in saying billionaire. The man is a genius. And John Wadsworth has spent his entire adult years with one network marketing company, Morinda, that actually sold one of our products, Tish and Noni. There was 5 companies altogether that had stellar products, amazing products, customers all over the world with a fantastic infrastructure. And along came some poor management decisions and throw in COVID, and all 5 companies were suffering greatly. So Darren and John, being very well connected because his legacy is built in one of these companies, they looked at the situation and they decided together, let's buy them. And what they did then was form a beautiful formula called Partner Co, where we are all partners together. The corporate team supports us. They don't call us reps in the field or sales agents in the fields. They call us our partners. We are simply better together. In the last 14 months, folks, I learned so much about hormonal imbalance. I had no idea that these symptoms that I was owning had direct attribution to hormonal imbalance, mood swings, low libido. I want you to start mentally checking for yourself how many of these, and put in the chat, whether it's 1, 3, 5, 7, of things that might have affected you if you're brand new, Or if you remember before you started the drops, how many of these affected you? Headaches, night sweats, food cravings, especially the sugar and the carbs, right? Hot flashes, acne, insomnia, fatigue, weight gain. So put in the chat how many of these affected you. For me, easily it was 7. And I thought, wow, I just thought that was part of getting old, 60 plus something, right? And then along came these products, especially the drops. But I want to share with you, we have well over 100 products in our fabulous catalogs, products that will increase your immunity system, reduce inflammation, nutrify your body, healthy weight loss, athletic performance products. There's so many great products that we have, of which I celebrate. I'm so grateful for that phone call from Chris and Joni. Now, let's give a lot of credit to our scientific team, headed by Dr. Ray Strand, our Chief Medical Officer, and Dr. Joshua Plant, our Chief Science Officer, along with Dr. Pena, bottom right. Brett West, he's a Senior Director in Research Development for NONI. We also have several other scientists who come together and oversee 1,040 annual quality tests to ensure that the quality in the product is what we promise you you're going to
Hate to
get.
interrupt you, Ricia, but there's no pictures coming across the screen.
There's no
Oh,
pictures across the screen?
No,
we all
just you.
we all see them. So James, maybe try to
Oh,
relog
okay.
in. Yeah, try to relog in.
Thank you, James. And we also have over 215 plus published clinical studies at pubmed.gov. Dr. Crystal Vance and our Wellness Council, Kristen White, Athletic Council. There's some serious people that are involved with our scientific team. And what got me excited in addition to that is the fact that we have a global company where we can do business in 50 plus countries. Imagine that you can actually put a post on Facebook, share these amazing products with others, and somebody from Italy sends you a message wondering, can I get the products in Italy? You send them a link, the European office fulfills the order, and next Friday you get paid. It's completely transparent. There are no international licenses or business tax numbers. It is that simple and that easy to build a huge business with our company. I'm going to feature just a few of our products for you. Of course, we don't have time to go over every one, but Lucin, the Skincerity product, is one amazing product. To my knowledge, it's the only roll-on breathable skincare mask in the world. It was created by a team of dermatologists in the early 2000s for problem issue skin. We have Marlene on the call with us tonight. Those are her beautiful legs on the left, but the top legs were giving her a lot of trouble and discomfort. And after rolling for a few weeks, she was able to clear the situation. We don't say anything heals or cures, but we do say we were able to certainly manage things a lot better. Adult acne, stretch marks, signs of aging, rosacea, surgery scars. This Skincerity product is absolutely a miracle product. It should be in your medicine chest and in your beauty chest. Now, Tahitian noni is definitely one of my favorites. The noni fruit is one of the most efficacious fruits in the world. I personally love the noni max because it has acerola cherry in it, which gives it a really nice flavor. The noni, oh my God, if you have a noni tea in your backyard and you can just eat your noni, my goodness, you're going to have this overall health and wellness. But I'm going to say this too. The noni tree really smells bad and it tastes really bad. So it takes an amazing team of scientists to be able to formulate a juice that tastes really good for you to get all these benefits. You're going to have a supported healthy immune system, boosted energy and endurance. Imagine going up and down the stairs, getting in and out of your car with easy joint health and mobility. That's what this noni will do for you, helping cardiovascular system. There's so many things about the noni. I absolutely love it. One of my favorites is the noni collagen. It's a drink that you would take in the morning. And of course, we all know about collagen to have healthy, youthful skin. But what about from the inside, your internal organs? That's where the collagen will help you as well. Blended with noni makes it a magic product. The Nutrify line is amazing. It's our line of supplements. We have the probiotics, billions of prebiotic, probiotic in its own special patented bottles, so you can have it without needing to worry about temperature changes, which will not affect our product. Omega Q for your heart and your brain. Amplify is what we call it in Mexico. That's for energy and for your brain health as well. The Optimal M's for minerals, Optimal B for vitamins. And that's going to support your eyes, your lungs, your blood, your muscles. I mean, this line here is a serious scientific line of nutrients that you are going to feel. You're going to feel something different. And we're going to hear from Tiger, and he's going to explain that very well for us tonight. The Benally is our bestseller in France and in China. Many people take it because once they lose weight from our drops, they get that saggy skin. The Benally pops their skin back, and it's loaded with vitamin C, so it's a great immunity builder as well. Many people say they no longer suffer from allergies. We have the MOA. That is the second product that I purchased once I got my paycheck in my second week. And what it does for me is helps me with all those owies in my fingers and toes. I had plantar fasciitis in my heels. This is a product of 36 superfoods, very expensive ingredients from tropical areas that are going to help you with pain, inflammation. It's an amazing product. This lady had an ankle surgery that went kind of south on her. In a short time of using the MOA, her ankles are back to pretty feet again and manageable. That's usually once I ask people their favorite product in the top 5, MOA is always in the top. A recent product that we introduced is Sugar Stop. And I know we're not perfect. In fact, last night, Mike and I went out for a beautiful celebration dinner. We hadn't seen each other for a month, and we went for Italian food. And of course, you've got your carbs and your pastas. So we decided to treat a little off plan and enjoy the Sugar Stop, which blocks a lot of the sucralose sugars and carbohydrate sugars from entering your bloodstream and spiking your bloodstream. It tastes amazing as well. Let's talk about visceral fat. Now, I want to get serious, folks. Weight gain around our middles is associated with an increased risk for high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, heart disease, and diabetes. So losing weight isn't only about aesthetics. We're talking about your life here. The medical community is now beginning to refer visceral fat as killer fat. I want to introduce to you the advantage, benefits, and results of this amazing product. It's a capsule. It's going to increase your metabolism, burn calories 10 times more, so you'll get leaner faster. It reduces stubborn visceral fat, especially waist and hips. It activates fat burning cells in your brown adipose tissue and helps prevent weight regain following weight loss. Amazing product with the drops. It's a must. Now, this morning, I took my Pure Nourish down to the cafeteria. So the beautiful staff down there, along with my cocoa to give it the chocolate flavor, can make me the best 18 grams of protein shake you can ever imagine. It's vegetable pea protein. It has probiotics, prebiotics loaded with minerals and vitamins. There's enough nutrition in our protein powder that should all the food disappear tomorrow, you will be able to nutrify your body. Throw in the giving greens for all the kale and the spinach and the parsley, all those things that you may not like to eat. And you've got yourself a fabulous blend for breakfast or any kind of meal replacement. Before I talk to you about our flagship product, the drops, I want to share the Renew. I call it the fountain of youth in a box. It helps combat the natural aging process to promote youth and vitality. What does it do? It helps to trigger human growth hormone, HGH production in your body. And as we all know, we have high HGH as we climb in towards 30, family bearing years, and then it starts to go down. So I'm producing a lot less HGH than the 16-year-old beside me. But now with Renew, it's teaching my body to open the pathways to create HGH so you can enjoy deeper, more restorative sleep. How about that? Deep REM sleep, guys. A good sleep tonight means better decisions tomorrow, right? Increase in libido, stamina, and pleasure, reduces body fat, increases lean muscle. So can this work well with the drops? Absolutely. We've got such amazing healthy weight loss products, and I highly recommend that the Renew goes there because it also helps to reduce the cortisol levels as the drops do as well. Promotes youthful looking skin and hair, better energy. And now the drops. Our flagship product, over 1 million bottles have been sold in the last 16 years. You're going to drop twice the weight as diet alone. And let's face it, we need some help. When we walk past the pizza parlor, we smell the pizza, the brain says you want a pizza. Well, the drops are going to say, no, you don't. You don't want that pizza, nor do you want that chocolate cake either. It's clinically proven, doctor recommended. There are no stimulants or hormones in our product. And it's an amazing blend of ingredients that are going to do so many fabulous things for you, including curb your hunger and control your appetite. It eliminates sugar cravings. I want to say this, that was my biggest addition. Day 1 after using the drops, no sugar. Day 2, no sugar. Day 7, no sugar. Now day 497, still no sugar. I don't have ice cream, cake, nothing. And I'm so grateful because that was a big, big, big addiction of mine. It helps balance your hormones, including ghrelin, leptin, and cortisol. Everyone, I want to see a 5 in the chat if you had an addiction to sugar or you currently do. What else? It will help stimulate your metabolism, increase your energy, and feel younger. In Punta Cana, I think Tracy and Bob can attest to this as well. None of us looked or act our ages. It was crazy. We all were like 30 years younger than our body. We stay motivated. It helps with stress. Everyone is joyous because these products just change your physiology. Medically proven to support your thyroid and maintain healthy blood sugar levels. And how about lifting that brain fog and helping your memory? I call it God's magic drops. So we're going to ask you to marry in our approved food list. It's loaded with all kinds of great things, animal-based proteins, plant-based proteins, all kinds of vegetables, some fruits. We recently had a Super Saturday Drops talk in Parksville on Vancouver Island. The team there prepared this amazing buffet, and none of these foods were off plan. They were all on plan, including cookies, muffins, and that beautiful bread that James made. So we don't go hungry, guys. This is a great program. It's a lifestyle, not a fad or a diet where you're going to regain the weight. We ask you to incorporate 15 to 30 minutes of exercise 5 days a week, drink your water, and watch the results happen. Let's share with you now some of the photographs of before and after. We've got Katie out of Phoenix in 30 days. Jane Storch is an amazing story, good friend of mine. The lady on the left was a couch potato. She could not clasp her hands because her hands were so sore from inflammation. And all she wanted to do was watch TV and sleep. The lady on the right, I just saw her. I'm so excited. Look at the difference. I mean, she looks like the younger sister of the lady on the left. She went out and bought a kayak that night. She's down 54 pounds. She feels like she's in her 30s. This is what happens to people on our drops. It's an amazing transition. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you the truth. You have hormones too. James Laponce, 47 pounds down in 4 months, and he looks so much younger as well. Dr. Crystal lost a whole person, and that was 7 years ago. That lady on the right who lost all that weight still looks like she does there when we saw her in Punta Cana. Athletes, women has far better performance with our products as well. Julie Park, the lady in the middle, was very, very sick, married to a doctor at that time before she started the drops. Now she's sexy and vivacious, very successful with our company, and the drops completely got her well again. Again, we don't heal or cure, but it just seems coincidental that so many people are becoming extremely healthy when they take our products. April here, look at the change in her. Again, physiology differences. Ashley and Josh. Ashley is actually the daughter of our special guest speaker and the sister of our other special guest speaker. And the two of these guys are 5 children. Can you believe it? They've got 5 kids. Josh is a scientist. He has a physiotherapy clinic. He tore the science apart on this product before he would even consider introducing it to his patients. They found out the science is solid. The reports behind the science, the documentation is solid. So they went ahead. Now they're senior officers, very successful and also very healthy with these products as well. Sheila Peltier was on our call, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house as she told her story, battling with cancer, chemo, and radiation. The drops gave her a joyous life back, including saying goodbye to 25 pounds. Chris Bailey explained about the severity of having Lyme disease and couldn't find any medical people in Nashville to help him with it until the drops came along. Not only did he get well, but he's also lost a lot of weight, and he's going to have to get that jacket altered. Selena Kirby lost a ton of weight. She looks 30 years younger. Her blood pressures are normalized. Her A1Cs are normalized. So many amazing things happen. Ashley wanted the drops so she could lose 15 pounds and no longer suffer from premenopausal and postmenopausal symptoms. Do you know there's 1 billion women in this year entering into perimenopause? There's a lot of people we can help so we can save the men out there, because otherwise men are going to get hurt. So Ashley was very successful. Her husband decided, I'm going to take these drops just to prove you wrong. Well, along the way, he lost 65 pounds in his addiction to Dr. Pepper and Oreo cookies. The Fuchs, friends of mine from Fremont, Nebraska, vice presidents. Chad went off of 12 medicines between the two of them. They're well over 200 pounds and down. Jerry Wyndham, another good friend of mine, he's down 12 pounds, but also very importantly, no longer acid reflux and no longer the shakes. He used to have to hold his spoon to the mouth with two hands. Colleen, again, another friend out of Nebraska, all this difference in her change happened in less than a year. The drops are working. Our very own Cheryl Cook from Parksville, Vancouver Island. The lady in the black sweater top left, she actually phoned me that very day, December 24th, Christmas Eve last year. And look at what's happened for her in just a few short months. And she's so, so healthy. And she's doing very well for a 77-year-old lady. She's making weekly paychecks. It's pretty exciting, actually. James Scott, he's on our call. He's lost over 65 pounds, over 12 inches. He also had a knee brace for 17 years, no longer has to wear the brace. James' story is absolutely amazing. I encourage you to go to my YouTube channel and be able to listen to these stories. Kelly Rosier from Qualicum, British Columbia, another great success. Lori LaRock, another success. It's one after the other. Our dear friend Sherry Brookbank out of Nanaimo, 40 pounds down. Everyone is so happy. Look at Sharon Smith. She's a tiny little thing now. Busy woman, runs 2 stores as well as a 3-year-old toddler grandchild that she's rearing. And she's very successful with our company in her position. Plus, she's lost a whole lot of weight. Tammy didn't have a lot of weight to lose and just kind of was wondering whether she should take the drops. Well, look at the Tammy in the after picture. Nancy in the Parksville, another very healthy person. She was pretty sick on the left, and now she's just rocking and rolling. Her husband Wayne as well too, lost a whole bunch of weight. My dear friend Charlene, way up north in Kitimat, she lives in a beautiful lakefront home. She had a bad fall. Her son wanted to pull her out of the house and put her into assisted living. And she said, no, just let me be on these drops. In 2 weeks, she was able to walk again, and she's still in her lakefront home months and months later. And Charlene is in her 70s. We saw her dance across the stage in Calgary in celebration of a rank advancement. Valerie out of Victoria, again, huge transitions. Wow. And it's not only about weight loss, there's brain fog, there's so many things. There's the knee braces, and my friend Gwen actually experienced some serious toe issues in March. And by the time she progressed with the drops, her toes became quite healthy again. Penny Toner out of Grand Prairie. The lady on the left was very, very sick. She had colon cancer and 5 surgeries that went south, and she had little reason to live. She spent a lot of time in bed. Her 88-year-old mother was looking after her. The girl on the left, on the right, is after 2 months on the drops. Rachel couldn't lose the baby fat. Well, she's losing it now. She looks great. Dawn Harrison, another great testimonial as well. And we have Barbara McCubbin, who just came back from a great vacation with the company in Bali. And look at Barbara in her size 7 skinny jeans. She is looking amazing. And Barbara is actually about 68 years old, and yet she looks like she's in her 30s. Now it gives me great pleasure to bring forward Tiger Jezwinski. He's from Claremore, Oklahoma. I'm going to give you a moment to have a look at these pictures. He was 286 and now he's 248. He wrote me his story, and I am blown away by what Tiger has experienced. Tiger, come ahead, please. I'm so excited to talk to you tonight.
Oh, it's so finally good to meet you. I just love your story. Oh my goodness.
Thank you. Well, you've got a great story here. So instead of you and I chit-chatting, let's get your story out to the crowd tonight. So first of all, how did you find the drops? How did they come into your life?
Well, Tammy and Dr. Crystal have been friends with us for over 25 plus years. And after my sickness and Stephanie's sickness and being connected on Facebook, we started seeing a lot of the drops being posted and everything. And Stephanie reached out to Tammy and Crystal.
Okay. So who was Tiger before the drops in a health situation, and who is Tiger now?
Well, let's wind the clock back because I'm coming up on 5 years in September, and I was in pretty good shape. I mean, I was running the mountains, getting ready to go elk hunting in September, and I got a cytostorm. It's it multiplies your proteins with COVID, and 90% of the people were dying then. And I was in the hospital for about a week at that time. Stephanie wasn't allowed up there, and double pneumonia. I was really in bad shape, 105-degree temperature, and I just really thankful that the doctor broke protocol, and I was able to get hydroxychloroquine, and the damage was all done. My lungs, my body, everything, and I was able to go home, but it took me about 6 months. I remember Stephanie, the oxygen machine that they gave me wasn't enough. They had to get the biggest one, right? And so I was in bad shape. I really was. And to fast forward this a little bit, it took me about 6 months to get back into the weight room. And I'm a guy that always was like, this is the day. I'd get on the stairs. I would work out. I'll do everything I can just to try to get ahead. And I travel a lot. And yes, I had to have oxygen. I had to move from Colorado. We now live in Claremore, Oklahoma, which is 600 feet elevation. And so I was able to, anything under 2,000 feet, I didn't have to have oxygen. But again, going to higher elevations, especially when I fly, I had to have the oxygen. And some of the symptoms, it's like, I call it the brain fog. I had a brain cloud. I mean, it was terrible. My memory, my muscles felt like old rubber bands. I don't know how else I can explain it. I just hurt morning, noon, and night. I would get on the stair stepper, and I would really get some amazing, I started off at a 2 and I got up to a 10 and 12, for 30 minutes. And if anyone does stairs, I mean, that's pretty kicking it. But I still could not do anything for my lungs. The damage was done. Well, I'm going on my 8th month now on the drops and renewing like all the partner products. But let me back up to the point. There's 7 months now that have been dialed in really till now. And I took the drops and I took Renew and I took, a lot of the vitamins and supplements and stuff. And just for a unit of measure, it took me 4 years to get back up to benching 250 pounds. Okay. And I thought that's pretty respectable. And I'm feeling a little bit better, but I just still hurt. 4.5 months into taking the Renew and the drops, things started happening. It got almost like crazy because my energy and my strength started accelerating. Now I've already lost like probably 15, 20 pounds of body fat, but because of the drops and stuff. But I just stayed on it, stayed the course, just kept on working out, eating right, and taking my Renew and the drops and things like that. And I noticed I had an uptick in my oxygen. And I would, we'd be at 30,000 feet, 40,000 feet. And I would look at my monitor on my finger that I have, and I would be in the 90s. I'd come back, Steph, this is like this is getting crazy, right? And my strength started really accelerating. And I had no idea that it was the HGH being activated, that my body was healing, that the drops, were doing something to my hormones. I'm still learning all this stuff, but it would take the inflammation away so that I could heal. And then the HGH kicked in, and I am like not only living large, I mean, I feel like I'm in my 40s. I'm going on 66. I have no arthritis. I sleep great. I'm not on oxygen. I had 10 flights in the last few months with no oxygen. I mean, wow. You're looking at a guy that's for over 4 years, had to have oxygen, had to have this, and it's allowing me to heal. I mean, that's the only way that I can look at it and stuff. And another thing I haven't really even talked a lot about, I had prescription glasses a year ago. I can't even wear them my eyes are so good right now that, I haven't really talked about it, but that's another thing. My eyes are just amazing that I can read like I go to Planet Fitness all the time and I can read the TV screens now. Well, that's something cool to me. And I went from 250 to even today, bench pressing 400 pounds 5 times. I don't know where that come from, but my strength, I have my joints aren't sore. I have no achiness. I mean, I can get up and run. I did 5 miles again tonight. I don't know. I could go on and on, but it's exciting. I love the product. It's amazing. And thank you. That's it in a nutshell.
Tiger, thank you so very much. Wow, it's amazing. And when you're speaking, I think I'm listening to a guy who's 30, not a guy
Oh,
4 years from 70, right? And all this
yeah.
bench pressing and running miles and everything. So congratulations. I'm so glad that Partner Co Products gave you back your life again. And what a
Thank you.
great testimony. Thank you so very much for having you on our call.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Love you all so much.
Love back to you. Wow, what an amazing story. And when I invite people on board, I never know what they're going to say. And this was like every testimony is an amazing testimony. Let's bring it on now for a gym owner, a CrossFit trainer. Lindsay is actually the daughter to our guest speakers tonight. And again, too, she has an amazing story to share with you. I'll just give you a moment or two to have a look at the pictures, and you can certainly see the reduction in inflammation. Wow. Lindsay, thank you so much for being on our call tonight.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh, look at you. All of you are so beautiful.
Oh,
You and Ashley and your mom and your dad. And wow, is this like a whole beauty contest going on in your house there?
thank you. You're so sweet.
Wow. So, Lindsay, let's hear about your story. Who were you before the drops, and what have the drops done for you now?
So I later in my life got into CrossFit. Fitness wasn't like really a thing for me for years and years. And I had 5 children and I was overweight significantly. Had a really bad relationship with exercise and was introduced to CrossFit and fell in love. And I've been CrossFitting for about 7 years. I have coached CrossFit for 4 years. And so when I say that it's a huge part of my life, I'm talking every day, like hard, intense. If you don't know what CrossFit is, it's pretty hardcore. And so we're lifting heavy weights, we're doing lots of cardio, all the things. And so I was working really hard and eating really well. Again, as a CrossFit coach, I try to live what I teach and preach to my athletes. But this perimenopause thing was getting me. So hot flashes and just being exhausted, like all those kinds of things. My mom and my sister got on the drops and they were messaging me, "You got to try these." And of course, I was very skeptical, super skeptical. And I'm like, "Mom, all you got to do is eat right and work out. If you want to lose weight, that's the way to do it." And so I was very skeptical. And then when she started talking to me about the hormonal effects and what they were experiencing along those lines, I was like, okay, it's worth a try. So I tried them. My mom sent me a box, and I would say within probably, I don't know, 4 days, I just felt so happy. Like I felt my mood balanced out. It mellowed out drastically. Where my kids, I have 4 kids in the house and they're bickering and all of that, where it normally would just really set me off, like, emotionally, I just was like mellow and calm and happy. And then I noticed that I was sleeping so much better, and no more night sweats and all of these things. And so I fell in love, of course. And as a CrossFit coach, I'm like, I can't not share this. Like, these are helping me so much. It was never about weight loss for me. It was all of the other things. And I'm like, I know so many people that need this. And so I just started talking about it. My one friend wanted it, the next friend wanted it, so on and so forth. And here I am almost a year later. and have been able to watch so many people, just like the stories that you shared tonight, just person after person after person whose lives have been changed with these products. And I will say, I love that you share some of the other products as well, because the drops are amazing, and that's where it all started for me. But I will say that Renew and Rejuvenix as well have truly changed the game for me. And I think if I had to only have one product, it would probably be Renew. And I noticed the same thing that the last guest was talking about. My husband and I both live by Renew every single night. And the sleep is awesome. Like, the increased sleep is fantastic. But we've both seen a change as well in our workouts. And so, and like physically, I'm hitting PRs in the gym and things that in my 40s I should not be happening, but they're happening. And I'm just so thankful, and I'm so excited to be able to share these products that just line up with everything I believe along the lines of health and wellness, and share them with the masses, because everybody needs to be healthier, right?
Exactly. We
Yeah.
don't have to be unhealthy. We don't have to. Not with Partner Co in the room tonight. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
you've got 5 kids. Ashley has 5 kids. I can just imagine Christmas time. Wow. Lots of grandchildren. Hey, Bob and Tracy. Wow. How old are you, please, Lindsay, if you don't mind?
I'm going to be 42 in
You look
August.
fabulous. You look
Thank
fabulous.
you.
And mom of 5 kids, and to be doing CrossFit coaching as well as running the gym. Congratulations. And I'm so grateful for your testimony tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
Another amazing testimonial. I just love these interviews. So you're probably wondering now, how in the heck can I get these drops? I got to get my hands on these drops. Well, you're certainly welcome to become a customer and buy retail. But why would you want to do that when people are going to say to you, what are you doing different? Something looks different. And you're going to say, well, I've got these drops. So why not? First of all, get them wholesale by paying your one-time lifetime membership. In the US, it's $29.95. In Canada, it's $37.95. And with that, as you refer others, or even if you just get it for your discount as a wholesale customer, that's a good thing, right? Get the best value that you can. But I guarantee you, you're going to want to share it with others. We're human beings and we love to help others, especially in a case of wellness. You'll get everything you absolutely need, including a back office that will calculate all those checks for you so you can get that extra beach money. I do want to say this, that everything as I go forward and explain some different things about our comp plan has to do with your individual passion, desire, and your willingness to learn. And then we have a very simple system of growth that we're going to teach you. It's so simple. First of all, again, I repeat, you're going to get 30% off in retail profits. So right out of the gate, you're able to get 30 points, which is a really good thing because the product sells itself. Let's say, for example, in the United States, you buy a 4-pack, it's $371. You keep one and you offer the other 3 through our system of growth, for instance, or just telling your girlfriends, your sister, cousins. Well, by offering at a sale price of $167, the regular price is $176. So I'm just giving our customer a little bit of a discount here to show you the kind of profit you can make, which is $222, and you get your own box free. But as we go forward in the presentation, you're going to hear how you can increase your profit margins. A 10-pack will actually give you $800 in profits. So the more you buy, the better unit cost. It just makes sense. That's good business. In Canada, up until Wednesday, you're able to get a 4-pack for $465. We have a big announcement with the new formula coming into Canada from Europe. That is the formula that I have had my success on. I'm very excited about it being offered in Canada. Again, too, it's called the Day and Night Drops. That's where I've lost my 34 pounds in 90 days, and I love it. Better energy, better sleep, all the above. But right now, let's talk today. You can get a 4-pack for $465, share 3 with others, keep a box for yourself, enjoy $240 in profits. Why not, right? And now you can turn your social media, it's a free platform on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, into an international market waiting for you. This slide is just basically a sample of the app that we use. It's called Boards, and it's basically like your storage in the sky, Google Storage or iCloud Storage kind of thing. Social Media Week 1 has your 14 testimonials. We teach you, this is your morning testimonial, your afternoon testimonial. When people respond to your testimonials, and again, too, there's thousands of people. There's a Lindsays, there's a Tigers, there's a Ricias, there's a Cheryls, there's a James. There's so many of us that want to celebrate our transition stories. So when people ask you questions, you simply go to text strips for drops in the top left, and every single answer is there. So you copy and paste. It's that simple. I've never seen a simple system where so many people have appreciated great results. When I posted Rick and Crystal, they were on my call not too long ago. They lost 210 pounds. I had so many inquiries in regard to the product. So what we'd like you to do is get to Ultimate as quickly as possible, because Ultimate is going to push you to the top pay rank in our entire compensation plan. Along the way of promoting 30 boxes in 30 days, you're looking anywhere from $2,500 to $2,700 in profits. I'm going to show you in a minute why Ultimate is so darn important. First, you'll want to activate your commission or your position so you're eligible to receive commissions. And let me show you how simple that is again. A 4-pack in Canada is 200 points. That would activate you. A 4-pack in the United States is 200 points. That would activate you. PV is point value. So that's the points attached to every product that we offer. And I'm going to suggest step it up. We just heard from Lindsay talk about the Renew. You heard it from me. You heard it from Tiger. It's a miracle product. I love it, love it, love it. 2 international patents pending on this product. Get a 4-pack plus Renew if you're on the bottom end of your budget, or we can talk to you about some great packs that you can get that's going to give you a better experience of different products. The member pack, for instance, offers the Giving Greens. We talked about that, the Renew, the Drops, the Noni Collagen. There's 10-day supply there, the Sugar Stop, and the Advantage. That's 200 points. This is a Canadian pack. I'll get to the American packs in a minute. We have a business pack. It's moving you closer to the 1,500 that you need for Ultimate. You get 2 Giving Greens, 2 of the Noni. So that's 60 days of the Noni juice, 2 of the Renewed, 2 months of the bottle. So if you and your husband are doing the products together, or you and your wife, this would be a great package to buy, but it gets better because the bigger the pack, the more value you get. They put in bang extra product into the packs for you to get the best bang. Elite pack 1,000, you get Elite. That's in my drink right now as we speak. It's a sachet you put in your water. It supports your body, brain, and beauty. I love it, love it. 3 of the Giving Greens, 3 of the Renew, 4 of the Drops, 3 months of the Noni juice, 30 days of the Noni Collagen, 3 of the Sugar Stop. So you got lots of extra for resale as well. 3 of the Advantage, 3 of the Vanilli. Again, that's for your skin tightening, your allergies. And 3 of the Rejuvenix, which is one of the products that Lindsay just mentioned. And the Ultimate pack, this is it, guys. In Canada, this is the best package. It's $25.25 or 1,500 points. It puts you at that top pay position. 3 of the Elite, 3 of the Giving Greens, 3 of the Renew, 4 of the Drops, 3 of the 3 months of the Noni, 30 days of the Noni Collagen, 3 of the Sugar Stop, 3 of the Vanilli, 3 of the Advantage, and 3 of the Rejuvenix. So I love this pack. It's such great value. And the more you buy, the bigger the discount, the bigger the profits. Again, I want to touch on the US 10 pack. Your profits are well over 600. When you buy a 20 pack, again, your unit cost is $88 each. It's $17.60 for a 20 pack in the United States. Your profits are about $1,600. But let's talk about the 30 pack, which is the best bang, the best deal. It's your ultimate. It immediately puts you at the top pay. It gets that monkey off your back. You don't have to think about going ultimate in 40, or rather in your first 28 days. And it's only $2,300 for a 30 pack, and you're looking at profits of about $2,710. And many, many people on this call have been able to share with others 30 packs in their first month with our company, sometimes last 2-3 weeks at profits of $2,700. Pretty cool beach money. We are voted the best compensation plan by Business for Home, and I'll certainly attest to it. We're paid 9 different ways. I've never seen so many people on my team make weekly paychecks. So you're going to want to stay qualified for commissions. So why not enjoy several of our other products? 100 points of product is all what you need every 4 weeks, and that's roughly about 150 US. And I love so many of my products. I mean, I take so many, all the ones that are available to me in Mexico. So again, you're going to get 30 points off the regular retail. That's one of the things you want to look at. And now let's talk about new volume bonus. And this is where that ultimate position kicks in. Let's explain it. Again, you buy a 4-pack, you're activated, it's 15% commission. Mary says, I want to be your brand partner. I don't want to be a customer. I want to be a brand partner. She buys 1,000 points of product. As an activated, if you had the 4-pack, you would make $150. If you had the business pack, you would make 200. If you had the elite pack, you would make 250. But at the ultimate, you would make the top pay, which is 30%. You hold on to that top pay position for the status as long as you're with our company. So you get the top pay plus you get the gold status as well too. Very, very important. A mentor once said to me, if the company wants to pay you more money, shame on you for leaving any of it on the table. So again, I want to refer back to the ultimate, the best option in Canada, and the 30-pack in the US is your best option as well to get to ultimate right out of the gate. Now, this is an interesting statistic that was recently traded. You are more likely to go manager, which is climbing the ranks with our company, if you hit ultimate in your first 28 days. So that's why so many people opt to purchase ultimate right out of the gate. You're 50 times more likely to go vice president if you hit manager in your first 90 days. And I want to remind you that as you climb the ranks, so will your weekly paycheck climb. You're 100 times more likely to go to senior officer if you hit vice president in your first 180 days. And senior officer, if you hit the pay level of senior officer every Friday, you're looking at $160,000 a year. So I can only encourage you, get to ultimate, get there as soon as possible. People who go faster, go further. It's a fact. So let's first talk about the base commissions. It's a little bit of a formula involved here. So what I'm going to say is this. Mary is going to introduce Henry, who's going to introduce Lori, who's going to introduce Jamie. All of those people are going to buy boxes of drops and other products. Based on a formula, you're going to get paid 15%. It's called your base pay commissions. And that is paid to you every Friday. When that 15% in any given week is over $250, you will get an additional 15% set aside in your savings bonus, which climbs to 10,000. And that's 10,000 US dollars, Canadian people. So you're going to get the phone call and say, hey, listen, you've qualified next Friday, you get that deposit. So many people are triggering the 10,000. Chris and Joni unlocked theirs in 8 months. We've got Jerry and Allison that just unlocked theirs. Reese and Ashley, who just unlocked theirs. Kim and Eric. I'll be coming up to mine in 2 weeks. It's all very exciting. I'm going to Africa with my 10,000. Who wants to go on an African safari with me, right? And now I want to say this, if you achieve ultimate in your first 4 weeks, you also unlock your gold status, and gold is going to pay to you matching bonuses of all of your people who have a base commission in that week. So for instance, let's go back to Mary. If she has $1,000 in base commission that week, you would be paid 15% matching bonus, $150 extra because you introduced Mary. Mary introduced Henry, you would get 10% of Henry's matching bonus. And this is over and above. It's not taking it away from them. It's over and above. So I can't explain enough how important it is to get to that ultimate position. Another way we get paid is lifestyle credits. Tahiti, the group went there 2024. Another great successful group went in Bahamas in July. And here we are in Punta Cana. There was a whole bunch of us, 178, as you saw, including our upcoming guests. Tracey and Bob, who were in Punta Cana with us at this beautiful diamond resort. And now, right now, they're just all wrapping up the last 24 hours of a fabulous vacation in Indonesia at a gorgeous St. Regis, very, very like 200-star resort in Bali. Folks, I've never seen a company that's more generous than this, than to be able to pay you so well, all kinds of recognition, and send you on these diamond vacations. It's pretty special. There are a lot of people enjoying success with our company, and you can be too. But without further ado, I want to give the screen to Tracy and Bob Mazerosky. I just love them to death. We had seen them recently in Punta Cana. It was so exciting to see them. Tracy, thank you so much for joining us. And it's a family affair tonight. So nice to see you back.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Hey, if we look tired, it's 11 p.m. over here. So it
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
with
Thank
our
you. Thank
products,
you.
we're raring to go.
Well, you still look like you're 35. So first, I want to hear from Bob because Bob has an amazing story. And let's hear about Bob's testimony on the drops, and then we're going to get down to business. Okay.
Sure, I had a couple of strokes, before the drops, before Tracy got in the business, and then it was determined that I had a heart condition, a very low ejection fraction, and that was throwing blood clot or whatever, and that's why I had the strokes. But anyway, long story short, fast forward, Tracy became exposed to the drops and got in the business, and a little bit later had me start taking them, as well as I started exploring with some of the other products like the Noni and the Moa and a lot of the Optimals and things like that. And I had high blood counts in the bad areas for years and years. A lot of it, I think, was hereditary and so on. But after just, I don't know, a month or two on the drops, plus the other products, all those numbers just significantly came down and came into very normal ranges, where they should be. And just to name a few, and these are all documented. I mean, I have all these blood tests, but my glucose used to be up around 210 and dropped to 101. My cholesterol was 227 and dropped to 121. And my triglycerides were 193 and came down to 88. And then my bad cholesterol, the LDL, was 109 and dropped all the way down to 54. And then on top of that, I went from just the no energy, tired all the time, just all the stuff that goes with bad health. And all of that changed. I mean, I just started getting my energy back, feeling good. It used to be that I couldn't even jog because I've had knee surgeries galore and, the arthritis and the inflammation and everything. And one day I thought, man, I feel so good. I feel like I could run, and it's like the first time in years I even attempted. And I was running around our property, not fast by any means, but, in a running motion. And I mean, to me, that was like a major breakthrough, big deal. And so all I can say is the drops, the other products that, maybe your body is needing, they work. That's all I can say. They work and they're well worth it. And I look at it this way too, we're going to spend health money somewhere. We're either going to spend it trying to get healthy with pharmacology, or we're going to spend it, maybe preemptively with drops and other products. So I would rather put my money to the more holistic things that are proven to work, and I attest that they work. So I encourage you.
Amazing story. Amazing. Amazing. Wow, Bob. Thank you. Tracy.
Yes.
Tracy. How did you love Punta Cana?
Oh my, it was amazing. And you know what? I could start crying now because my testimony, and I'll share that. I never thought at this point, we thought we were going to lose everything because of health issues. You tell me when you want me to share that part, but
Yes, right now. Let's
Okay.
do that, and then we'll go into Punta Cana.
Okay, so 2.5 years ago, I thought I was healthy. How many of you know that skinny does not mean that you're healthy? Because I really didn't need to lose weight, but I found out by that I had a tumor in my lung. And I just had gone to the doctors for a regular checkup. My granddaughter had passed along her strep to me. That was so nice of her, but it saved my life. When they did the chest x-ray, they found a spot on my lung. And the next thing I know, I'm having to have a third of my lung removed. It was stage 1, which that was a miracle for me because a lot of times they don't find it till stage 4. They removed a third of my lung and I'm cancer free. It was successful. And I'm still cancer-free. As a matter of fact, I just had my scan done 2 weeks ago, and my lungs look better than they ever have. So I test that to Benali and to all the other products I take. But with that surgery, I lost my energy levels. I just didn't feel great. And if you go through something major like that, it kind of just takes the wind out of your sails. And so I was sort of in a little bit of a depressed state. But I saw a post on Facebook, and a friend of mine had posted about the drops. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to give these a try. What do I have to lose? And at this point, I was unable to exercise well because I couldn't breathe well, because from things from left over from the surgery. But so I hadn't really been doing anything. Well, I started the drops. 2 days into the drops, I started feeling like happy. I mean, the first thing I noticed was my mood had changed drastically. And as a matter of fact, my husband could tell you the part of the days that I took the drops, because he's like, you just took your drops. You know? But here's the great part. I was not walking. I could hardly walk and be able to breathe. And we live on 10 acres, and I thought, I'm going to give this a try. The first day I walked a mile, the next day I walked a mile and a half, and it's uphill my driveway. And by day 3, I was walking 3 miles plus. And I wasn't winded. I was able to do it. But this was the really cool part. My other daughter, who's not on here tonight, lives next door. And she's the one that you saw in the before and afters. And her husband has to have all the science behind everything. Anyhow, yes, that's Ashley right there. So they started making fun of me, thinking these were sugar drops. But as they saw mom making this progress and being able to walk and stuff, they're like, okay, there's something to this. As same way with Lindsay. But can I tell you this? That was a year ago that I started the drops, a little over a year ago. I have not felt better. I mean, I've got my health back, I got my vibrancy back, but this is the really cool part, because my husband shared about his strokes and I had my lung surgery. We had actually gone 6 months without any income because of health issues. Not only with these drops have we gotten our health back, but I became a brand partner, and what the money that was lost has been totally regained. It has replaced our income. I got to go, and now I can go ahead and say, when we went to Punta Cana, if you would have told me a year ago that I would be doing that, I would have said no way. But if you would have told me I would get to do that with both my girls and their husbands, we all earned the trip. We had the best family vacation with being cancer-free, our health restored, and then on top of that, we had our family with us on this all expenses paid
And we got to
vacation.
hang out with
And we got
Ricia.
to hang out with Risha.
Yeah.
But I just want to say this to anyone on this call. I've never done anything like this in my life. I've never been in any kind of marketing. This was the first time for me. And if I can do this, it is the most simple thing. My grandchildren could probably do it. The copy and paste, the system of growth is amazing. But if I can do this, so can you. And all I did was share my story. And the very first week, I sold 30 boxes of drops. And to my surprise, I had instant income. But it really wasn't about the money. Can I say this? More in my heart than anything else is helping other people get healthy. And there's nothing more rewarding than that. And the financial blessing, Risha, I'm coming up right behind you on my $10,000 bonus. I won't be too far out behind
Let's go
you.
to Africa.
I know, come on, let's go. But if what I want to instill in every one of you, if I can do this, guess what? So can you. And if you haven't tried the drops yet, what are you waiting for? Don't wait any longer. It will be life-changing. They've changed my life. They've not only changed my life, they changed my husband's life. They changed our finances, but greater than that, my family. I mean, here we are all in business together and building a legacy for our grandkids. And we're going to be able to leave something of value. Health first, because health is first for me. You know, weight loss is a side effect of the drops, but I prioritized because I really didn't have a lot to lose back then, but I was losing my life because I wasn't healthy. So I would say to you, that weight loss is the side effect, but greater than that, it's getting healthy for your family.
Wow. God bless you. God bless you both. I'm so grateful to call you my friends.
Thank you.
We feel the same.
Wow. So moved every single time. Thank you to the Mazeroskis. And, you know, it's so true. We have gone through some amazing things. And I just want to take people and slap them, you know. What part of being healthy don't you understand? So, what does balance look and feel like to you? How will you know if the products are working for you? Well, we've heard it from Tiger, we've heard it from Lindsay, we've heard it from Bob, we've heard it from Tracy, you hear it from me. You're going to have more energy and you'll sleep better. You'll have a happier mood, increase in libido, reduction in that inflammation you'll notice in your face almost immediately, weight and inches lost, better elimination and digestion, less brain fog, boost in immunity, overall sense of well-being. I want to say this isn't only about you. This is about your kids who love you. This is about your grandchildren who love you. This is about your sisters and your brothers and your parents who love you, about your coworkers and your cousins and your neighbors who love you, that want to spend time with you. And like Bob said, you're going to spend it on health or sickness. It's your choice to decide, right? And these products will help you. And not only that, you get an amazing education along the way from Dr. Strand and Dr. Plant and about how being healthy, what it looks like for you. And there's no reason why you can't transition your entire life in a short period of time. We've gone full circle, folks. Now you're going to go to work tomorrow. You're going to walk down Main Streets. You're going to be talking to your sister or your cousin or your brother-in-law. Understand that every one of them has 1 to 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 of these symptoms, just like you and I and Tracy and Bob and Tiger and Lindsay do as well. All of us have these symptoms, and we need to reach out and talk to people and let them know there's a better way. So in closing, are you a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4? It's that simple. A 1 is someone who says, I want to pay more money and buy retail, but nah, you don't want to do that. So at least buy your membership so you can be a wholesale customer or brand partner and save money and get best value, right? We do have 100% money back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose but weight and inches and maybe some of those farmers that you don't want anymore. Get on this train and ride. Who wants to be a 3 and get on the health and wealth train and ride? Put a 3 in the chat if you want to join our health and wealth train, because it's such an easy program to do. If Tracy can do it, she can teach you how to do it. I can teach you how to do it. Carol can teach you how to do it. We all on this call can teach you how to do it, but hold off, there's more. Who is a 4 who wants to get on this health and wealth train and ride it big all the way to the top? Do I see any 4s in the chat? You know, I shared with you my 1-year anniversary. Tracy just shared with you her 1-year anniversary, how it changed the health in her family as well as the financial situation. What will your 1-year story be looking like? How will your story be? Will it be living the dream with us, enjoying the time freedom? Like I say, I've just come off of a month of a work type vacation, seen my friends and family, a body that you love. How about some financial stability? So when your pool crashes, you can get the team to come in and fix your pool, right? Community of friends. We have such a great family here with us. It can become a bit of a hug fest. Those luxurious experiences, enrolling just takes 5 minutes. We can help you choose the right pack according to your budget. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you very, very much for joining us on tonight's call. Our next call will be, I'll be in Rincon de Guayabitos, Mexico for our next call. So I'll be able to bring forth, we have another great roster of great guests on board with us. I want to say thank you to Tracy and Bob. Thank you so much for being our special guests. Thank you to Lindsay for being our guest, and so nice to meet the other one because I just love your family. And thank you so much for Tiger for coming on board as well. Would like to have everyone back. And thank you to all the brand partners supporting tonight's call. Special thanks to the guests who took time out of your schedule. This was an hour well worth investing in your future. And thank you so much for our beautiful co-host, Carol Roberts, officer from Alberta, Canada. Thank you, everybody. We're going to close the recording of the call, and then we'll come back. And if anybody has questions, if our guests want to hang around a little bit, I know it's really late for you, but we can answer some questions. If you have to go, I understand.